We started the One Planet Living program in 2016. We started working with One Planet, which is out of the UK and in Geneva. And this company is amazing. They've built over a dozen like net zero, totally sustainable developments that people can live in, buildings, you name it. They developed the Sustainable Development Goals, which the UNWTO then embraced. So now it has grown. You'll hear about Sustainable Development Goals throughout your journey with sustainability, and that actually stemmed from One Planet. So we're happy. We've been working with them since 2016. I will say it's been a slow go because as Americans, we all want to be sustainable, but we don't do much to really show our actions. So as a DMO, you're going to have to be really actively engaged in this. And so we have been. We started with 3 partners and a hotel, an attraction, and a restaurant. And we got them to do a sustainable action plan, which then highlights at least 10 of the 17 sustainable development goals. So we've got them published, and they're on the One Planet Living website. We now have 10 properties that can be restaurants, it's a tea company, you name it, our office included, that is in the plan. Now, this has been going on since 2016. We've had workshops. There's been a lot of advocacy that we've had to do with stakeholders, elected officials, our board, and it's education all the way. So I highly recommend this program to anybody that wants to start. I'd be happy to help anybody. It has been a labor of love. And what we're finding is since COVID, everybody's understaffed and overworked. So you really need to educate your peeps on what these sustainable development goals are, and then just work with them. And if you need to help them enter anything or do anything, then that's what we do. We found the One Planet structure was the way to go because they have a software. You can build in your actions, how you're going to indicate how your outcome's going to be. So, and then you come back a year later and you put, like with our office, we eliminated all of our copiers and printers except for one. And we have cut down our paper purchases by 50%. And I went to a green board. So we put all of our board documents in a board portal. So it's very rare. I've got maybe 1 or 2 board members that do want to have their board books printed. But other than that, we've saved a lot of money, a lot of resources that way. So think about the small stuff and don't sweat it, but just start it. Out with a sustainability, campaign. And what we come out with this year is keep it like new. And we're trying to really continue this one because we are a coastal city. We're a quaint city. We're the second oldest city in Florida. We have beautiful, infrastructure and everything, but we want to protect the beaches. The residents want us to be good stewards of the land. And we know we deal with numbers in tourism. So we want to make sure that the people coming understand that they want to treat it like a local. So this program really works for that. The Keep It Like Local program, we're rolling out to our stakeholders. We're actually doing some gamification with it. That's going to be rolling out within the month. And there's a reward program for it. So pull a pound of, trash off the beach or off the intercoastal or from a park, and you get a cup of joe, from a local establishment. You get a Turvis tumbler from the bureau or, a beach towel. There's all these varying degrees that you can work up to. But what it does is engages our partners, and it puts, sometimes you have to lead people. And, a lot of people think like, oh my gosh, I don't believe in it, and I don't believe in climate change and all that stuff. But, if you can protect your assets, your city, your counties, your elected officials are going to like that. And I know personally in our state, Florida, our county officials have invested a lot in the parks and trails, and the state has as well. And they want to see us promote those and protect them at the same time. So this Keep It Like New program helps our cities, it helps our county, and it helps our stakeholders, and everybody has a hand in this. And so that's what we're trying to do with this program. I've worked with a couple other bureaus in my history. One has been a coastal, beachy destination, and it's just so important. I mean, water quality is something we have to worry about whether you're in Detroit, if you're inland, or if you're a coastal community. We have storms, we have all these elements, we have a lot of people moving into the state of Florida every day. We have a lot of visitors coming every day. There's just a huge footprint that we have to, as a DMO, be a placemaker. We have to take the charge. We work with the masses, and the important key in this, the residents. The residents will love you for protecting their assets because they live there every day. They want to see that the Bureau or the DMO is taking charge and they're protecting where they've invested, either their business, their home, or both. So it's a very good thing. And finally, there's more traction. So if you're interested in taking on a project like this, it's going to be a lot easier for you than what we've had to do in pioneering this in our area. So I would highly advocate it. So if you haven't started, I highly urge you to start today. And it's important for many reasons. You probably have heard from your county council, your TDC folks, that it's very important to them. The trails, the byways, the blueways, you name it, protecting the assets. So advocacy is your number one tool. You need to reach out to your industry, your electeds, your county folks, your state reps. You should be doing advocacy anyways, but this needs to be a tool that you add to it. And you need to educate, because a lot of people feel, and there has been a lot of greenwashing with sustainability. Now you're hearing it with the EVs, everyone's saying like, oh, where's all the electric going to come from for the EVs and the batteries and all this stuff. Well, with anything that we pioneer, there's going to be challenges, but opportunities as well. So, and then we have our ambassadors now with this that are taking it on. We've got a little cart on Flagler Avenue called Go Juice, and it's all healthy shakes and I see different types of bowls and fruit bowls and all of the healthy stuff. And they made their straws out of papaya leaves. So go figure. I mean, there's just some really unique things. And we found that when we started this, we started simple. And that's probably a big takeaway. You don't have to try to do everything. Start with plastic, start with styrofoam. We made a big initiative when we started this to not auto straw. So the restaurants don't auto straw. You have to ask if you want a straw, and then they'll give you a paper or a micro dissolvable straw. They've experimented because some of the straws didn't hold up if they're paper in a cup, in the drinks. And, we've even had one restaurant try pasta straws because they're an Italian restaurant. So you can have fun with it, but just don't auto straw. And for the takeout, use paper, and, recycle your wine bottles, your beer bottles, any of that stuff. So highly advocate. There's a lot of things you can do. Just start small and advocate and educate.